we're just going to play some stuff. All right. I guess I'll give it a minute to see if everybody else comes back. I appreciate everybody's offering to help, giving us hints and things to do. We tried doing a bunch of different stuff, could not figure it out. We did talk to Patrick. I just got off the phone with him, and we're going to just go ahead and play some stuff for everybody. He will be available here in a second to comment on stuff, and then we're going to try to figure out how to get him on. So I apologize. It's only our second show, folks. It's a work in progress, I guess. So I'm going to give it like 2 more minutes, not even, and then we're going to start playing some of our favorite stuff that we captured at the castle. Keep in mind, some of this has never been heard ever, other than just what Patrick has at home. So, first time.
Yeah, Celia sent a video, but it's not the same for. It's not the same for us.
That's all right. We'll take care. We'll get it fixed. Like I said, it's a work in progress. So we're just gonna go ahead and stream some stuff for you guys. Some of it is audio, some of it's on video, but it's audio. So we'll play through it, and as best as we can, we'll kind of point it out. It's a little bit different than what we normally do, but I think you're going to be able to hear a lot of it. We're going to try to address questions as we go. Again, it's going to be kind of hard because we do have like roughly 10 to 15 things that we want to play, and we don't want to keep you guys on all night, especially after just wasting about half our time. So if we don't answer your question, don't feel bad. We will get back to it later on. We'll look at it and respond to your questions. Other than that, we'll play them a couple times, and hopefully everybody picks up on it.
I know you're talking.
Okay, we good?
We are now.
Okay. The first one, I'll talk a little bit about each one as we go. So the first one's going to be from our first investigation there. Again, we got to investigate there twice, once in January and then once the following May. So we got to experience it in 2 different types of weather, no heat and a lot of heat. So this first one is actually from that first night. You're going to hear myself and Todd talking out in the distance, and then around 10 seconds or so, give or take, you're going to hear a voice come on and it sounds like it's saying, "Get out."
Just in case. Yeah, we got one. Yeah, that too.
Make sure you click my mic back. Am I good?
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of a delay between the live stream when we played evidence to when we can hear. So if you hear me repeat myself, I apologize. So the next one is myself, and you're going to hear me talking with somebody in the distance again. This one's really low, but it's one of Patrick's favorite ones, so I really hope you guys can hear it. This has to do with, I believe, the 2nd floor. We were just talking, and unbeknownst to us, there was a wall that was there at one point that Patrick took out, or he had removed. And you actually hear what sounds like a voice come in around 11 seconds into the recording, where it sounds like they're asking, "Where's the wall?"
So the answer is that. So upstairs we have a you got to get rid of what? There is a reset time, so it takes about 20 seconds to reset, give or take. So like right now, it's on. It could be
So yes, that was one of our favorite ones. I'm hoping everybody could hear it. again, and I know it sounds like we're burning through them pretty quick, but it's just because we want to get through them all. Feel free to leave comments, questions later on, and we can always come back at a later date, or even message you directly and talk about them. Excuse me. The next one is you're going to hear Sue, a former investigator of ours. You're going to hear her talking, and we're talking about a light pod. And actually, I'm sorry, we're not going to play that one because that was just the 2 knocks, and those were not that loud. So we had one on there, but to us, yes, it sounds like it's a good thing. Playing it out for people, all you're going to hear are 2 knocks. So yes, it was cool, but again, it's not like up there, so we decided to leave that one out. So we'll go to a different one where we're now in the kitchen, and you're going to hear Sue talking, and you're going to hear a voice come in, and it sounds like they're saying flying.
I would also rather not do that.
We're probably 2 down in the basement right now.
All right. Trying to
I gotta change the. Let me grab my flash. We will need them momentarily. So yeah, we thought that was pretty cool. Can't explain it. This next one it's a fun one that we normally don't. I don't want to tell you what it is. We're just gonna go ahead and play it and see if anybody picks up on it, and then I'll tell you what it is afterwards.
Okay. Basement.
So how long does this like normally go for?
About 4 hours,
4 hours.
usually. Mm-hmm. Probably not on the average. I mean, it can be longer.
So, did anybody pick up on anything there? Did anybody hear that whistle? Yes, the whistling. Yeah, yes, there was a whistle in there. Obviously, we don't whistle. If we do whistle, we will acknowledge it. We'll say, "Hey, I just whistled," or Mike whistled, or Patrick whistled, or something. Somebody will acknowledge it. If none of us do it, you'll hear somebody, and we hear it, you'll hear somebody say, "Did you just hear that whistle?" Again, nobody acknowledged it. So this is going to go right into the next one, which again, if you like that whistle, you're really going to like this one.
So you watch that course?
Yes, and this one right here.
Okay.
And the first one I gave you there is. Pretty obvious. Again, that was almost rhythmic a little bit to it. Nobody acknowledged it. Nobody. If I would have heard that, or Todd would have heard it, or Mike would have heard it, we would have, and we knew it was somebody else, like Olivia, for example. We would say, "Hey, what the hell? Come on." So again, not acknowledged. We call it that later on. Excuse me. This next few are going to be, or I should say, next 4 are audio, but it was caught on handheld cameras. So keep in mind, it's not necessarily what you're looking at; it's what you're going to be listening for. This first one, we are upstairs. This happens very, very, very quick. You're going to hear me make a joke about Jesse being a guinea pig. Jesse was the producer of our video that we shared last week. So he was the one behind the camera. So he hung out with us again while we were investigating. He was a good sport. And we jokingly were talking about putting him up as a guinea pig. So you'll hear me make that comment. And then you're going to hear a little bit of talking in the distance. And then you very, very quickly, you're going to hear a female voice come in. It sounds like she says yes. But again, it's very quick.
There was something right.
That's our guinea pig. You just stay right there, Jesse.
It was right in front of those.
So that's him, right? Or is
Yeah,
that?
but it wasn't that. It wasn't.
Sue's over. So yeah, it was very, very quick. It's right after you hear people talking in the background, and then you hear a voice that kind of doesn't belong. It's a little louder than their voice, and you know it's not us because it was just myself and Mike standing there. So it was very quick. Again, we didn't hear that. This next one was actually a little bit better. We're down in the basement, Mike and Todd, and you're going to hear Todd ask a question about, is this why you stay down here, or do you stay down in the basement? And you're going to hear a voice come through. It's going to sound like it says yes.
Should be right on the table, John.
Do you always stay down here in the basement?
Yeah, so very low, but you do hear that. You hear yes. Again, I'm sorry. We just want to make sure we get through these. This next one is probably one of my favorite ones that we caught there. We're in the actually. This is I think we're taking a break. Actually, Todd and Mike and Todd and Mike are in the kitchen. They are hanging out with Mike DeRosa, who is the real estate agent who is trying to sell the house. And you're going to hear them just talking. So the camera is pointed down the hallway. If you've ever been in the castle before, there's a hall that comes off from the kitchen. Mike set the camera down just to kind of get a shot of that hallway while he was watching the monitor. We did not have one of our dedicated DVR cameras there at the time. So easier just to put the handheld there for a second. Luckily he did. As they're talking, you're going to hear Mike and Mike, there's two mics there, going back and forth a little bit, and you're going to hear another voice come out of nowhere and says, "Oh yeah."
That seems for
That's right. Until one of them murder. I don't think so. So this place is what, called Castle? Or is
The Auburn Castle. So it was built in 1872 by the Auburn woman.
So again, that was a pretty good one. You know it's not those guys' voices. You hear them talking. Can't explain it. I think Mike was actually talking to Mike DeRosa, the realtor, about the history, a little bit about the house. This next one is in the same room, except there's more people. You're going to hear a door squeak as people are coming in. But as they're doing that, I want you to kind of listen in the background. Around 11 seconds, you're going to hear what almost sounds like a child whining, maybe, or making some kind of a sound. Again, nobody else heard this.
the piston will hold it. I want to get some of the night vision footage out the camera some footage too.
we should like get on their own. If you want to hook up someday, just let me know, because when they start doing that, I used to get any evidence of it and just cut it, but now I just transfer the file.
Yeah, again, can't explain it. If they heard it, they would have said, "Hey, I just heard that." Could have been a kid. Could it have been a cat? I know at one point we did catch a cat meow. I don't have that one here, but we did get that one there before too. We got so much stuff there, guys. This is just a handful of some of our favorite ones. So, like I said, we were there in January. That's when we filmed the episode. We went back in May. We finally had the opportunity to go into the carriage house, which was awesome. So a lot of these are from that carriage house. This first one is Patrick and another investigator and Sue, another former investigator, talking. It's going to get really quiet, so quiet that you're actually going to hear our investigator breathing. That's how, just to give you an idea of how quiet it really was. And then all of a sudden you're going to hear a voice. You're going to hear him kind of readjust his camera because he has the SLS camera. But then you're going to hear a voice come in and says, it almost sounds like it's saying, "Did you get me?" Almost like it's asking, "Did you get me on the camera?" But we'll play it and let you hear it.
Are you here now?
So again, it was very low. Did you get me? So and it's really cool because he's filming with the SLS camera, so he was almost asking, "Did you get me?" This next one is Todd. Again, he basically is just going to say, "Hey, is anybody here?" And you're going to hear a low voice come in there and says, "No."
There's a lot of rooms in this. Anybody in here? No? Can you tell us your name?
So yeah, that one was very quick. It's almost immediately after he says, "Is there anybody in here?" You hear, "No." This one was actually we're going to skip over that one. The Ranger one. This was during setup. We had a recorder upstairs in the bedroom, and around 10 seconds, you're going to hear what sounds like a little girl giggling. So, yeah, recorder's set up in one of the bedrooms upstairs. You hear us out in the distance setting up. We're not investigating at that point yet. We just put up one recorder, and I mean, I can't explain it. There's nobody there that night that would have done that or even closely sounds like that. This other one, we got another one here. Again, no one around. So this is a stationary recorder. You're going to hear some cars go by, and then you're going to hear what sounds like a female that says hello. That was actually, I thought that was a really good one. You hear hello, there was no question about it. The next one we have for you, again, you're going to hear Mike asking some questions. He's going to say something that sounds like, "Do you understand what I'm saying?" And he gets a response of a female that says, "Yes."
Do you understand what I'm saying?
It was right there at the end. It was right towards the end there. These next three are going to be, again, audio that was caught on handheld video cameras. And I believe all three of these are in the garage. So, or the carriage house, which then became the garage. Pat and I spent a lot of time in there in May with a couple people, and these were all caught there. So this first one is literally, we were getting ready to go upstairs to the attic of the carriage house. And you have to climb basically a step ladder to get to the stairs. And I was already up there, and I was asking if everybody else is coming. And you hear Sue says, "I'm not very good at this." And she was talking about climbing the ladder. And then you're going to hear a low voice that's going to come in and says, "Okay." Can you see okay? Hold on.
I'm not very good at this.
Once you guys get up there, I'll move.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
All right, we're good?
Yep.
Yeah, it definitely sounded female, sounded kind of childish, or childlike. Just, okay. Next one, we are still in the carriage house. Pat, you're there with me. You're going to ask some questions about, did you grow up around here, stuff like that. And then around 9 to 10 seconds, you hear a child giggle. Now, what makes this one kind of cool is we all heard it. So, and we actually respond to it.
Anybody like to say anything? Did you grow up here? Did you play here?
Did you hear that?
Just to let you know, yes, I heard like kids yelling. Did you hear
It,
that?
it was almost like a whistling sound or
Over
something.
here, yeah.
I heard it off to my. Yeah, we all heard it, which doesn't happen all the time. So it's kind of cool that it was kind of a response to Patrick, but we also heard it with our own ears. Doesn't happen all the time. Side note, one of my favorite EVPs we did get there. I couldn't play it tonight because it just doesn't transfer that well. It's very hard to hear. But you actually do hear Patrick ask, do you remember the cars, or did you like the cars that were here? And you actually hear a little kid's voice come in and says, I like the cars. So that's one of our favorite ones there. This last one that we're going to play from the carriage house, we're all on the main floor. You're going to hear Pat, again, ask some questions. And then you're going to hear basically something kind of just made a loud enough bang that we were just kind of like, you know what? We'll let you hear it. But it was a direct response, but not a voice, but somebody let us know they were listening.
Mr. Pastushin, are you working on cars?
Oh my God.
What was that?
Oh my God.
Mr. Pastushin, can you...
It's, I know it doesn't sound that loud on video. Believe me, when it's quiet and there's nothing going on, it's very loud. But it was just funny that it was a kind of a direct response. This last one that we're going to play for you is probably one of my favorite ones. If any of you followed us when we were working with Patrick trying to sell the castle, I was on the news, and they played this one. And Patrick, I'm sorry if I butchered the story. I'll try my best. Gentleman, it wasn't Pastushin. It was I believe the owner before him. Had a heart attack outside. Came inside, ended up falling down the stairs to the basement, and that's where they found him. I could be off by a little bit of those details, but overall, the best thing about that is the story of that is not that he died, I don't mean it that way, but that we caught this voice in the basement on the stairs, directly correlates with that claim of what happened, and you can almost hear you hear a man yelling out in pain and agony, and he's calling out and he's saying, it sounds like he's saying, please, will someone help me? So we'll play it for you. I like it so much, maybe we'll play it a couple times. So. So again, it sounds like he's saying, someone help me or someone please help me. We're going to play it one more time for you guys, though, just to kind of make sure you guys hear it right and we're not making this up. I mean, I don't know. I'm not really quite sure how you can get much clearer than that. Overall, the castle, I think at the end of the day, that we tried to push forward and get into the limelight, that it's an amazing place. Beautiful place. It has so much potential. And I mean this in the nicest way, that it's sad that it's the way it is, only because, I have no doubt that if Patrick was still involved, he would have done more with it and it would look better. And, it might take it a little bit of time, but it's almost like these people bought it and I don't know. I don't know what their plan is with it. Maybe they are doing stuff on the inside that I can't see from the outside. I don't know. Patrick did just say that they are working on it, so that's good, I guess. I guess time will tell what they do. Did you get anyone's names that there was? We ever got any direct names other than just asking, hey, is Mr. Prestushin, is that you, or something like that? And if we were lucky enough to get that knock, or why there's kids' voices there, I'm not sure. Why is there women? I'm not sure. Again, I'm sure there was deaths in the house. I'm sure that back then when you died, they had the funeral and the calling hours and all that in the house. So who knows where that goes. So yeah, Robin seen vehicles there lately. So hopefully they are doing work, and I really hope they do good with it. It's a beautiful place. I can't again speak too much about this past recordings that were done there, or show, whatever you want to call it. I wasn't there. I was involved with it very little. It's sad what they made it look like, if that was true. And I say that if, because I don't know. I might not agree with it, but I don't know. To get it started. Oh, okay. Patrick did comment that he did speak to the owner and they're ready to get it started. So hopefully, I mean, they picked really bad time of year to get started, but maybe they'll get it done by the spring. Again, I want to apologize to Patrick and to everybody else for not being able to get him on. I don't know why. Don't know what happened. We're going to work on it some more, hopefully. And next time we try to have somebody on, we'll hopefully be able to do it. So I'm not really sure what's going on. It's going to take a little bit more work. Next week, we will not be having any guests. We don't have anybody scheduled to be on. We will be reviewing one of our favorites investigations we've ever been to. And believe it or not, it was actually a private home down in Locke, New York. We're not going to get into too much details about the location for privacy reasons with our clients, but we will say actively, it was one of the most interactive investigations we've ever been to as far as evidence, some direct responses. Excuse me. I can tell you that the homeowner does believe into whatever was there was following, or I guess you could say attached to her son. We were there 3 times. The first time we went, got some good stuff. We went, and the child was there that night. We specifically asked that he be there, and he literally laid on the couch and slept the whole night, which was great. It was quiet. Never heard a peep out of him. The second time we went back, we asked that the child not be there. The child was not there, and we didn't capture one thing. Not one, not even a questionable thing, nothing. The third time, we again, hey, can he be here? And he was there, and we got a bunch of stuff. So maybe there is something to what the mother believed, and whatever it was attached to him. I can tell you that it wasn't negative, that we know. But I don't want to spoil too much, but we did get a lot of great stuff. But we do have some more fun stuff planned down the road as well. Don't forget, Saturday night, the team's heading out to Morrisville Public Library to investigate. Only the second team, I believe, that's ever been in there, and the last team that was there was over 10 years ago, prior to, I believe it was either prior to or it was right after the renovations were done. So it's been a long time that nobody's been in there. So we can't wait to get in there for that. And then again, following Tuesday, we'll have Lock on. And then the week after that, we're working on hopefully having a guest on and talking about some more private homes that we've done. So we're working on it. Bear with us. One of these weeks we'll be able to get on with no issues at all. And that'll be great. But thank you so much. Again, I got to thank Olivia, who's behind the camera tonight. You guys really can't see her too much. She runs all that stuff. She might be the prettier face of the two, but I get to be the face of the person that talks. So, again, thanks for coming on, guys. Sorry, and we'll see you next week. Thank you.